I chose to research the manipulative geoboards. Geoboards are usually square shaped boards that come in all different sizes. They can either be wooden or plastic, but they're usually plastic in schools. They have pegs coming out from the board placed at equal distances from each other, and there's also rubber bands that you use to wrap around the pegs to create different shapes and figures. Geoboards can be used for many different things, such as learning about plane shapes, translations, rotations, reflections, counting, patterns, scaling, area, perimeter, and for the early elementary shapes, and even much more than that. You could really use this manipulative for any grade level. In fourth grade, you could use geoboards for geometry, operations, and algebraic thinking, and measurement and data. With operations and algebraic thinking, you could use geoboards to work on patterns to help students determine the rule that the pattern is following. With measurement and data, you could use geoboards to recognize angles as geometric shapes that are formed when two rays share a common endpoint. With geometry, you could use geoboards to help classify 2D figures based on their properties, different properties. Geoboards just help students visualize and understand what they are learning by having a hands-on interactive in front of them. On this website, one activity you could do with your students is have a list of different shapes and angles and have the student create those shapes like these on the geoboard, and you could do it vice versa. You could already have the shapes on the geoboard like I have, and you could have them identify and measure the angles. So like they would have to tell you that this is a right triangle and what the different angles are, so they would get their little protractor out and measure. This is an isosceles, so they'd have to identify that and measure the angles, and then they would have to know that this is an obtuse and measure the angles. So yeah, I just think geo boards are really fun and a cool way for students to learn.